The Arawas and Fulanis have accused Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, of sponsoring and projecting the Oduduwa nation. In the most recent sack of directors in the Federal Inland Revenue Service, which are prominent Fulanis occupying such sensitive positions, it have raised another brew, of course, by the Fulani ruling class uh, to begin to think what could Tinubu mean by this indirect attack on the Fulanis. They have not considered that funny and believing that Tinubu has ulterior motives or intention uh, driving these policies very radical and which is prominently against the Fulani agenda while promoting the Yoruba nation, considering that most of majority of those who were displaced or dislodged in this massive sack are predominantly Fulanese. Of course, that is what happens when you think that absolute power corrupt and absolute power corrupt absolute. Power corrupt, absolute power corrupt absolutely. This was what Buhari, of course, a Fulani as a station of the president of Nigeria, was doing recklessly without minding, of course, what the impulse or the feelings of other regions are. He was busy putting, enlisting his own men, his kinsmen in different strategic positions, CBN and other sensitive positions. Now, Tinubu came and made it very clear, without mentioning words, that he is going to step in Buhari's shoe. You never asked question. What did he mean by that? He didn't mean anything different. So if you are blaming him for what Buhari did, he have already told you ahead of time that he's going to step into Buhari's shoe. So you have no justification blaming him because the same thing was what Buhari did in his time. And you were comfortable because you are the gross beneficiaries of such injustice and imbalance being perpetrated or carried out, sponsored by Buhari's administration. You were comfortable, you are not laughing, you are smiling, smiling to the bank, being in control of all strategic areas and positions. Today, you are weeping, wailing that Buhari, Tinubu has come to do the same thing that Buhari did. You have no justification to blame Tinubu, in as much as I do not, of course, totally support the antecedents and the activities of Ahmed Bola Tinubu's administration. But then, you, especially an average Fulani man, has no justification condemning or accusing Tinubu for playing ethnocracy, just what he learned from his predecessor. He said he is going to step in the shoe of his predecessors, and you never knew what that means. Today, you are seeing it very clear, playing before your eyes. You see, and that is just it. So, when you don't promote equity, fairness, and justice, it's just a matter of time. It will come back to you. Whatever goes around comes around. The time of Buhari and the Fulanis, of course, exploiting and exploring the Nigerian treasury is perhaps over. It is now the time of Tinubu and his own Yoruba kinsmen. You shouldn't have any cause to condemn him, whether he is sponsoring Oduduwa or Yoruba nation. The same thing, it is more or less during Buhari's time, Fulanization agenda. He was emboldened to project the interests of Fulanis above national interests. It happened, it unfolded before all and sundry. Everybody could watch it, could perceive it. The effort geared towards Islamization, giving Fulani undue advantage under Buhari, was well pronounced that no even the deaf can hear it, the blind can perceive it. So it is not something a Fulani man will come up now and begin to condemn Tinubu's administration. Nasir El-Rufai that I accused Tinubu of being echnocracy, uh, sponsoring and projecting Yoruba interests. He was there when Buhari did the same thing. He posted that the Fulanis could do that and nobody can challenge it. So you don't have to be partial when you are making your position or judgment, informed position. You get to know what are the antecedents of Ahmed Buhari's and what is the position of Tinubu today. Tinubu was keen, of course, trying to ensure certain balance, but then we are not saying that Tinubu is the savior of Nigeria because the savior is not yet born. And with what is happening is expanding and building more hatred along ethnic tribal lines. And this hatred, of course, building up sentiments and resentment over the years might not foster unity or coexistence. That means the security or the system called Nigeria is being greatly threatened because nobody is talking about or projecting nationality. Everybody wants to protect his own people and enjoy. So you don't have to blame anybody, but then willing, of course, to accept the outcome. Just wait until the 8 years of Tinubu elapses. Then you may have your reservations or, of course, comments to make as far as the Fulani man is concerned. Let's go there. It is turn by turn.